In honor of Recycling Day, I'm making a low relief sculpture of a landscape. So first I'm just cutting a piece to be my background. So this is the piece that everything else I cut out is going to be on. Now I'm taking this strip because to me, it looks like it would be really good as grass. So I'm just gonna take off that extra bit of cardboard that came with it and use this as my bottom grass piece. Now I'm taking a different piece of cardboard to cut out the next pieces of my landscape. So for today's low relief sculpture, I've decided that I want to make a mountainous landscape. So you can use some kind of pen, pencil, marker to draw out what you're going to cut, or you can just go ahead and freehand and cut your shapes. Since for me, I'm doing a mountain and I kind of have an idea in my head already of what kind of shape I want, I'm just going to go ahead and go straight in with the scissors and cut out a mountain. Since I am cutting freehand, I'm cutting a couple additional smaller mountains so that once I get all my pieces cut out, I can arrange them and see what I like the best and only glue down what I decide I want to be my final result. So the next thing I'm going to do for this landscape is cut out a round shape so that I can have a sun. I think I want a sun peeking behind the mountains for this one. So now that we have all of our pieces cut out, you can go ahead and start arranging them on the piece that you've decided is going to be your background and start thinking what looks good, what fits, keeping your design in mind. And once you've decided where you want everything placed and what you like, then you can move on to the next step, which is going to be gluing everything down. So you're going to want to glue the pieces that are going to be in the very back first. And it might be a little difficult because you don't know quite where they're going to be. So you can use a utensil to mark down where each shape goes, or like I'm doing, you can kind of just eyeball it. So while the glue is still wet, you can move things around. So with your next layer that you're going to glue down, this is where it gets even more three-dimensional. So this is what makes it a low relief sculpture, because you can see it is sticking off of the surface, and every layer you put, the more and more it's going to come off the surface, the more three-dimensional it's going to be. So you'll take your remaining pieces and see where they fit in, where you like them, and then you'll just glue them down. So when you go to apply a longer piece like this, you get to make the decision on if you want to use the background kind of as a frame and have the rest of your low relief sculpture happen within it, or if you want to let it hang off the sides. So for me personally, I was going back and forth with it for a second and ultimately decided that I liked the look of keeping it longer and having my grass bit here extend off the side. Here I've decided to go in and cut some sun rays out of another piece of cardboard. I felt like my landscape was just a little too plain and I wanted to add a little bit more interest to it. So I'm cutting some different sizes here, trying to decide what shape I ultimately want for those sun rays. And you will see in the next clip what I decide. So here are all my sun rays, and with a little movie magic here, we're gonna see the end result. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful recycling day today. This video was brought to you by the Carnegie Center for Art and History, a branch of the Floyd County Public Library.